Hello traders, welcome back at Billions Club. Welcome to today's live stream. As always, we will have a live trading session, so we will go through what's happening right now on the chart, what are some potential levels and zones and setups that I'm looking for. We will also go through the fundamental analysis, what we can expect from the news that we got, what we can expect from the upcoming news, and so on and so forth. This is the first stream after the Billions Cup launch, so just before we're gonna start, I need to let you know that we finally launched. You can order a challenge, the whole evaluation process, and finally become a profitable funded day trader with the Billions Club. So that's it for the start. Please let me know if everything is running. I think it should be. From what I see, we got 12 people watching the stream. So before we're gonna start with some TA, probably I'm just gonna share it to my group because it's shared already in Billions Club Discord. If you are not in Billions Club yet, then don't forget about it and join our Discord absolutely for free. I'm posting some trade ideas here on a daily basis. We'll go through some of them today. I'm posting basically some trade setups, and we've got plenty to offer inside our Discord. So without further ado, just click below the stream to link to join our Discord server. All right. Just gonna post it to the general chat at Crypto Wizards. If you don't know what is Crypto Wizard, then that's my own private group where we focus on trading education mostly. So I'm basically showing how I trade, and we are a group of day traders. We currently have around 3,000 members from all over the world, so you can also consider joining our Discord. But if you are here for Billions Club and about funding, then Billions Club Discord is the place to be in. So just gonna announce it that we are live. I'm sorry for a small delay, but today there was a huge traffic jam, so I arrived a little bit later to the studio. Right, and I'm just gonna post it to Twitter. Everything is okay. All right, cool, perfect. Alright guys, so the plan that I have here for you today, we've been sending BTC updates on a daily basis to both Billions Club and Crypto Wizards. I've been getting a lot of questions about how I find these levels, how you can find them on your own, and so on. And we are all about education. Basically the whole idea is we don't want to provide exact trade signals, but we want to give you the know-how how you can spot them on your own. Because think about it this way: if I decide tomorrow that I'm going to stop trading, then if you are following my trade signals, then you are done. You know what I mean? You need to either find someone else or you are done because you've been relying on me. So the whole idea is that we want to teach you how you can find all of these levels on your own, and basically you don't need us in the end. Why we send signals, trade setups, kind of signals, is because we want to show you how to use these strategies in a real life market conditions, because that's something completely different compared to the course and the theory. You know, I would say, like, about the strategy right now, we are not talking about trading in general, but just about the strategy. The theory and learning the process, how to find these levels, is on like 30%, and the rest of it, 70%, is being able to use this when you don't see how the price played out. You know what I mean? It's something completely different. It's the difference like day and night, right? So you just really got to learn how to use these strategies in market scenarios, in different type of often market movements, in trends, sideways, and so on. So that's why we send these kind of signals to just show you how we use the strategy that we teach. But overall, we are not really about providing signals at all, because the whole idea is still we want to teach you how we trade. All right, so about BTC, what I was posting here yesterday to the Discord, I can show you right here in Jan channel right there. I was paying attention to this demand level down there, right? This at around 29,800. So 29,800, obviously this level right here. Yesterday when I was posting this level, we were right there. So I can break it down a little bit for you, how you could have approached this situation and what could have been your potential setup. So we can go right here to open the footprint chart, because that's really where my edge is. I use footprints to get the idea of where the liquidity is sitting, how can we use the advantage of this data, and so on. So yesterday, this was Wednesday 14:30. So Wednesday 14:30 is approximately right here. You gotta monitor a few things, right? Let's reload it from this point, because I really want to break it down to you how you can be executing these positions. So why reload it here? Now what we want to do is we will use a replay mode from basically this point right here. Yes. All right. So to highlight you the area that I'm paying attention to, we're going to use a box approximately. Let's try to go really precise here. 29,840. That's right here. Bottom of this is 29,780. 29,780 right here. All right. So basically this was the level that I was paying attention to. Maybe you are wondering why we are not live trading right now, because we don't have any setup at the moment as we are speaking. So the plan is that we're going to start a stream with a bit of education, and then we're going to move on to some potential live trades. All right. So this was the first zone that we are paying attention to. We got to move to the downside. Look, we haven't tapped the level yet. So what it creates, what it gives you? Well, these levels are really, really precise. So how can I spot the level? Well, for our time frame, I know that there is a demand. So this whole candle is my demand. I go down to the 15-minute and I'm just trying to refine the entry. And basically you can use few zones. This one is the most precise one, because this is the range before the impulsive move started, and you want to pick the exact candle before the impulse started, which is right here. What you can also do, and now we are really trying to refine the level as much as possible. This level was already mitigated by this small wick right here. So you can pick basically the demand that is below it. So everything like this is local demand on a chart. So the first touch right here, we didn't tap the level. Second touch right here, we tap the level kind of perfectly right here on this candle. So what we can do, we go back to the replay mode here, we will replay it. And I'm talking about this step right here. This seems as a pretty good candle, right? You got plenty of imbalances down there, you get your trade value area, you get quite a big volume, but this is the thing. The volume is pretty small. It's 5.5 million, even though the color is faded. You want to see on these moves, you want to see high volume. So that's the first thing. Second thing is you started getting quite a lot of new longs stepping in after this move to the upside. And now it seems, okay, these longs are pretty small, right? But we are considering the overall volume. The overall volume is 5.5 million. So when I get something like this, even though it looks kind of small compared to the volume that we got, it's a pretty decent, pretty good amount of new longs step into the market, right? a decent amount of new longs opening. So it was creating you another liquidity right here, and there is a VWAP also, which is your local resistance level. So how you can spot this when you're using just the supply and demand? Well, this was the level, basically the point before liquidation started. What I mean by that, this is your liquidity, and I'm really trying to break down the whole thought process that I had behind these trades. So this was a liquidity pool, liquidity place basically. This was your point before liquidation right here. You want to see price reclaiming this level. We get above it, but what happens here? Well, it gives you another trade value area at the top with buying imbalances with a pretty decent volume, 2 times more than right here, 3.6 million trapped. So this was highlighting to you that, okay, the chance of getting back down is quite high. What I personally did, and I wouldn't suggest you to do this because this is quite risky, but I have data on these moves. So what I did once I saw this, because I was entering initial position right here, I was moving my stop loss below the strong low here, below these lows here. I know it's not the best risk to reward, but if you are targeting up here, it still gives you 3.3. So instead of leaving my stop loss right here, this should have been the perfect trade. I gave myself a little bit of a leeway because it gives you another liquidity below the low here. So there was a potential of grabbing the liquidity again, which happened right here on this candle. And eventually we get a move to the upside. So sometimes you can play with it. What's downside of this is that, for example, if you've calculated your position size and your risk is, I don't know, 0.5 R here, if you will extend your stop loss, it becomes like 1.1. So you are basically double the risk. Obviously, there is still a big chance that the move is going to play out, but there is like more ways how you can approach this. You can move your stop loss to break even. For me, this wasn't the case, because what happens a lot of times is that you get stopped out like this, you get kicked out, and then price goes to the direction that you are looking for. So I wasn't moving stop loss to break even. This is how I approached it. It wasn't the smartest and the safest way possible, but this is how I did it. Eventually, overnight, we got to move to the upside. Basically, I don't care about what's happening here in between. The only thing that I was doing is I was waiting for moving stop loss to break even after reclaiming these highs, which I didn't do here because I was still asleep. So I moved my stop loss to break even around here on these prices, and I moved it to right here. Why the POI is at around 30,400? And I was talking about this level actually a few days ago already. If you go to the daily trade plan, this was on a BDC. This is Tuesday. I was saying BDC remains in a range-bound movement. This doesn't matter. I said BDC has plenty of poor highs left around 30,400. Looking for this level to be hit today. I said specifically, it's 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I said today. Unfortunately, we didn't hit the level, but it was still left, and we left a new one, like a new poor high created on a TPO profile. So I said to myself, okay, from statistical perspective, this was around 72% chance that we're gonna hit this level today. And it's very important to have these statistics. How you can create them is you can use a replay mode. And how I create these statistics is that I simply go and calculate. I have like 4 or 5 inputs for these poor highs and poor lows. So the first one is obviously the poor high and the poor low is hit that current day. The next type is the upcoming day. 2 days after, 3 days after, and 4 days plus. Because if you would be doing basically like 6th day, 5th day, 7th day, and so on, it won't be so accurate for you. So I basically do the current day, first day, second day, third day, 4 day plus, if that makes sense. I know I'm going really in depth right now, but I will show you how to do these backtesting sessions and how to get these statistics next time at the Billions Club Academy. But the whole idea is that I know from statistical perspective how big the chance is we're gonna hit the level, and this is based just on a TPO. If you add more things to it, which can be supply and demand, which can be market structure, whatever it is, some absorptions and so on, you see how you can gain pretty decent amount of probabilities that the trade is going to play out. So for me, there was a 72% chance that the level is going to be hit, and it was hit, and this is how I executed. So the poor highs, how you can spot them, is you're looking at the TPO profile, and the TPO profile needs to be finished with standard auction, which is usually this, right? Basically, this is not a standard auction, but this one also is, it cannot be left with 2 or 3 TPO blocks right here, for example. This is a poor high. This is a poor high. This is also a poor high. You see the difference here between this profile and this profile. This is the poor high. This is not. Hopefully you can see it. It's better visible here and here. If you compare these two, this is standard auction. This is a poor high. So this is how you can measure it. I can actually show you, if we will have some time left today, then I can show the whole process. Hello, signal, we want signal, we want signal, we want signal. Yeah, all right, so here I'm on live trading sessions, I'm here to give you education. I'm also here to give you guidance, which I will do, but you are not a signal group, so don't think about us as a signal group. You don't want to be just providing you the signals, you know. You gotta get plenty of signals nowadays. We are here to give you the education, which is for us, it's very, very important to teach you to be a good trader. I hear that we got some party in the office. They're having some good times here. We are in a good mood. We had a pretty successful lounge at Billions Club. So the whole office is in a good mood. It's absolutely, so far so good, let's say it like this. Guys, let me give me amazing about poor highs, please continue. Yes, we can expand on this a little bit more in the upcoming minutes. Give me some feedback about the Billions Club. What things you would like to see? What do you think about these live streams? What do you think about the whole platform and so on? What do you think about our dashboard? We spend so many time working on this, so we would really appreciate if you can give us some feedback, what you like, what you don't like, what should be improved, and so on. Michael says here in the chat that he's thankful for the live streams and videos that I'm doing, and that he, even after 1 year, he keeps studying and getting a new know-how from me. So I'm happy to hear this. Like, it's also important to mention that I keep like developing and changing a bit my strategies and my approach, because I think it's also all the time very important to keep learning something new, trying to improve, work on yourself and so on, because basically, you know, being a profitable trader it's not that final stage where we want to be, right? We got plenty of profitable traders. We want to be the best traders. If we make, let's say, 5% per month, we want to make 8, 10, 15. So I think it's very important to keep working on yourself very, very hard, trying to improve your strategies. And that's why today we are recording a day in the life of a trader. And during the London session, we've got basically 0 opportunity for a trade. And I think one good thing about me as a trader, I don't class myself as the best trader in the world. I think that there's still plenty of things that I can improve and I suck at, but I think that I'm really, really good at being patient. And today in the morning, we just got 0 opportunities. So I was patiently waiting for some opportunity to come to occur on a chart. And during this time, I was backtesting, and this is the thing, like this is the point that I'm trying to do here. Every single time you need to be working on yourself, and even though one could say like you make decent amount of money already, yes, I kind of do, but I still backtest 2 or 3 hours per day if I have a time, which for example today I had. So instead of, I don't know, watching TV, I'm just backtesting and I'm trying to improve my strategy. And also what's very important is that when you have all of these like positive data, you become pretty confident in yourself. So I'm pretty confident in my setups, I'm pretty confident in me, myself as a trader. And that helps me a lot to execute these trades and basically not like break down completely once you hit some losing streak, which is also very normal to hit some losing streak and to hit some losses. So I'm really open about all the losses that I take, and it's just a part of trading. For me, it's amazing. Trading journal is perfect. Next week I will try 10K challenge. Yes, we spent plenty of time working on the trading journal, so we appreciate that. Split 90 to 10 is amazing. Challenges without limit are perfect. Yes, like this was like a game changer for me when we are thinking about if we're gonna change the rules or not. But basically, if you think about it this way, all the time you were under pressure of time, and we are like, okay, you know, why we should keep them under pressure if we say that you got to be patient as a trader. And sometimes you just buy a challenge, you take a few trades, so the challenge started and the market is in a bad condition, and instead of pushing you to trade and try to make money, you decided that we're going to give you a chance to keep it as a real trading experience. So when the market is not in a good condition for your trade, for your strategy, just give it a time, you know, wait 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks maybe. It's absolutely normal. You got to be patient as a trader, and then you can start again on your challenge, or you can obviously be trading during this time, but it's better to wait for the best market conditions. So this was for me. I remember the meeting that we had when we were thinking about basically removing the time limit. And then the other prop firm did that, and we decided that we will do it too. So, yeah. One day I hope so. I will get 100K challenge. I hope I can get free funded 100K. Why would you get a free funded 100K? You know, like the whole process is that you got to show us that you are a profitable trader. You have the skill set. Once you do, then we will give you the funded account. Exactly, and I say this all the time. Trading is as a surfing. Once you catch the wave, because sometimes market is in a perfect conditions for your strategy, right? So sometimes it's kind of like easy to execute trades, because once you like catch the flow, once you like catch the wave, then you are trying to ride it as much as possible. And this is what I do. You know, like when the market is in a like bad condition, which for example is right now for last 2 weeks, market for me was extremely hard to trade. There wasn't any perfect setup. There wasn't anything clear. Market was ranging. It was pretty hard to find good POIs. Sometimes liquidity was taken, but then it created another liquidity and it was grabbed again and so on. So the last few days / weeks were pretty hard to trade. And once you have this, I'm just becoming pretty passive, you know? So instead of being aggressive, I'm kind of trying to stay on the sidelines, not all the time. I'm still taking trades, but less than I do usually. And when there's like a good amount of opportunities and the market is in perfect conditions and it makes like a good movements, then I just hop into it fully, you know, and I go aggressive. I'm trying to catch the wave as much as possible. But it's just very important to be able to spot the difference between like the good market condition and bad market condition, you know. So I'm gonna finish after finishing today's live trading. We will have a look at charts right now, if you can take some trade. But after today's live trading session, I'm gonna pick up my new car, so I'm kind of excited for it. Or there is like a story behind it, but let's do some chart work and then we can talk about it a little bit. So let's pay attention to BTC, because BTC jumps from this level here. There is not really any inducement. Inducement is basically available liquidity. That is not here. So all right, BTC, there's plenty of liquidity below this low that I was mentioning today in the morning, that this is going to be a really strong zone on the chart with plenty of liquidity sitting here. I'm honestly more interested in this zone here. If we get plenty of new shorts, if we did, then, well, we didn't. We didn't at all, did we? Nope. So there is not really a lot of liquidity above this high. What we can do is we can measure this more precisely by using the measure tool. But volume 129 million, open interest overall going down. Yeah, there's not liquidity above this high, to be fair. It's only bouncing from VWAP now, which is not the strongest level in the world. Oh, we got a first payout.
So after
Amazing.
I finally got my first reward, and it's my first profit share. And you can see it. And I know it will not change my lifestyle, but the question is, how much did you earn yesterday?
That was a good one. How much did you earn yesterday? Oh, some fake lumber asking me to accept his friend request. I'm gonna pass, I guess. All right, so local demand, we are getting bounce out of it. This is gonna be a local supply, so we gotta be aware of this. For our strong zone around 30k, psychological level also, we gotta be aware of the local structure that we got, because I'm still more bearish, to be fair. We are hitting this big supply zone, so I'm gonna start looking for potential liquidity sweep above the high here, even though there is not a lot of it. We could still be looking for the high to be taken out of here, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm just gonna preset alert with liquidity, something like this. We'll check Euro USD. I lost a trade yesterday on you, unfortunately. It's pretty hard to trade in the last few days. We got 24 people watching, so let's check in. All right, let's pay attention to EU a little bit. I think that I was sending a TA in the morning here. Yeah. Look at this. Pretty accurate, right? We can also break this down if you want to. Look, how do they start it for our time frame? We are getting the retracement. Guys, do you remember what I was saying on a Sunday in the TA? Hopefully you do, because this is so-called exactly as predicted. Let me show you. Where was it? All right, here, Sunday focus recap. I said Euro USD daily time frame, more bearish bias for up to 25 days. Looking for start of a pullback phase, 4-hour supply with inducement liquidity sweep. Equal highs forms a big liquidity pool. Looking for sweeping these highs first before starting the pullback phase. What do we got? We got liquidity sweep right here, and we gotta move down. Like once you are able to spot the liquidity and you know how to execute it, then you can kind of create a mechanical system based on these things. And look, there was a really nice supply right here. We've basically got to move down. We mitigated the level, impulsive down. So, do you want me to break this down a bit more? Let me know here in the chat if you want to see like the more in-depth trade breakdown, how you can execute these trades. No one is answering, so I guess you guys don't want to see the breakdown. All right. So there's either delay in the stream or you guys don't want to see the breakdown of it. I got only two options. Let's check the community. Let me just check one thing and then we'll continue. All right. Let's analyze the EU chart a bit more. I want to see where is the next zone where we could potentially be looking for some trade. This is going to be the big 4-hour demand zone. I'm just wondering where's the exact one. 15 minutes going to be here. Just extend it like this. gonna be a 15-minute one, okay. The swing trend is pretty clear. This is gonna be a strong high. This is gonna be the weak low. Okay. Gonna enter here and let's see what the people are looking for. Getting closer to TP1, amazing. Here that's bullish divergence, bullish. Some jokes here. Okay. Wondering if BTC is going to lose this demand zone. If we can, then most likely we are going all the way down to 29,960. That's going to be my plan. Please do the breakdown. I can see it. I don't see the chat. Okay. All right. So, okay. Thank you so much, guys. And there was a problem with the chat. Okay, guys. So yeah, now we should be okay. All right. So let's do the breakdown. I was like, okay. You know, we predicted the whole price movement, and no one wants to see how we made it. I was a bit confused, to be honest. But all right, great. So let's break it down. So the whole idea was that we are remaining inside this zone right here, inside this 4-hour zone, right? That was the whole trade idea. Basically, we swept the liquidity. So I was thinking, okay, after sweeping this liquidity, most likely we are continuing once again to the upside if we can reclaim the local 15-minute supply, which in this case we got right here, the flip. This could have been the flip of a level. So this could have been a flip for a 15-minute time frame. Look what happened. We got rejected out of it. We got a pretty strong move to the downside. One could say, okay, but we broke through the level we closed above it. All right, but you need to read the context. Overall, we rejected from this supply. So like order flow is still bearish because we keep rejecting from these levels, right? So even like if you don't count this one, then we get rejected from this one, but pretty heavily, and we also lost the demand. And this is how you gotta think about it. In this case right here, this is how you can be reading like order flow, what's happening overall. This is the demand that flipped this supply. So if this demand is obviously strong and it's going to be holding its local bullish order flow, then we got to flip, and basically after flipping the supply, then this level needs to hold. We got to move into this, we get a pretty nice reaction. So the level, okay, the traders are reacting to this level, but the next candle, it goes down. So once you break through this level, you can immediately change your bias to bearish again. And where are they going to be bearish? Well, it's obviously going to be this point, because this is now flipping into resistance. So this is the resist level. You get a pretty strong move out of it. Once again, you are sweeping the liquidity, you get a move down. And now this is how I predicted the movement. This was the local supply that kind of flipped this range here. And this is where it starts to be a little bit tricky, right? At this case, you don't really know if this is an IBOS and the price is likely to go higher, or you basically just gonna create a liquidity that can be swept from the market. So how I do this is that personally, I was waiting for this zone. This zone needs to hold if we want to continue higher. So if you class this as an IBOS, this one right here, then what is the level that created an IBOS? Well, it's going to be this one, right? This is basically the demand that created the IBOS. So you get a move down to this point right here. All right, so now this box needs to hold. But what it has to do also to continue higher, it needs to flip this zone right here. So this zone needs to break through the upside. Like this. Because if something like this happens, then this zone is pretty weak because it didn't even flip the first supply zone. So this is what I did. Seeing the volume, reading the volume from the market, and basically reading the local order flow. Once you tap this, and you see this reaction, then you can say, okay, this level is reacting, and it's kind of strong because we are getting the rejection out of it. So I was looking for actually getting moved down out of this level. We created liquidity here. Now you have like equal highs, right? What you can do is you can mark this level with liquidity like this. You sweep the liquidity now. What you can do is you can be very aggressive and you can be taking trade out of this. I don't know how it played out, to be fair. So this could have been like a swing failure pattern. Okay, so it played out, okay. I wasn't taking this short, by the way. But this could have been a really nice trade considering how weak the demand is, how it created liquidity, because you see how it created this first rejection, but also the rejection was pretty weak because it bounced from this demand, this one. So it goes again to the upside, another equal highs. If you check this on 1 minute time frame, it's more clear. You see how we stopped here, we spent here a lot of time. Now you get this 1 minute grab of liquidity. You break through the PBL, so-called point before liquidation, which is here. You could be potentially entering here, increasing your risk to reward to around 8.7. I don't know if you will get tapped or not. No. But on a 15 minute, you would be entering immediately after seeing the 15 minute swing failure. So hopefully this makes sense now. Everything is awesome. Your education that you give us is priceless, and I just started Billions Club Trial Challenge. I hope I can start a real one soon. Thank you. We appreciated your feedback. It's absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Couldn't log into my client dashboard and recent mail isn't sent to my mail. Then you've probably entered a wrong email, I guess. You can just contact our customer support and we will try to help you with that. Congrats, Jan. Is it BMW? I'm gonna break it, or I will show you the car. I'm using the TPO template. Could you explain the pure auction versus normal auction and what the difference is on the TPO chart? I will show you. Congratulations, Jan. More keys. How to spell liquidity in EXO? Yes, break it down. Yes, sure. In the breakdown will be perfect. Oh, silver is here on stream. Guys, if you want to see silver sometimes on stream, spam silver into the chat right now. Silver is an amazing trader. He started his career in Crypto Wizards. I think we can say we helped him a lot, but he became such a good trader as he is right now because of his hard work, dedication, and he's actually one of the hardest working person I've ever met, but maybe not the hardest working one, but he's definitely the most disciplined one. The discipline that he has is absolutely amazing, and hands down, I can say that his discipline is 10 times better than mine, and it's still something that I work on, but he's an amazing trader. He's really good. Silver. Yeah, let's go, guys. Spam the silver to the chat. We want to see him on the stream. I make a lot of mistakes too. I'm not saying that you don't make mistakes, man. we all make mistakes. I'm just saying that you are one of the hardest, and really like your discipline is absolutely excellent. And we would love to have you here for an interview. We kind of have we've talked about it already. So I think your story is really amazing and interesting, and would be amazing to share it to everybody, that it's definitely possible to become a day trader in quite a short period of time if you put in the work and dedication and everything. But as you say, you are trying to improve every single day, which is very, very important. And as I said at the start of the stream, even though we make money from trading, we know how to trade, we are long run profitable, you just can't relax. Once you become a funded trader or day trader, you need to keep pushing, you need to keep improving, and I think that's the only way how you can be good at this game, let's say like this, basically. Right, what else? What is happening on the chart, by the way? We are still trying to break through weak low here. Not successful. BTC is trying to reclaim this demand. Sorry, this supply. If we can, then okay, we can continue probably higher. What is the open interest like? Still remains the same, kind of. Yeah. Still remains the same. Let's do some Q&A or something like this. I wanna. Let's take some of the trades that. Reading. Oh, another legend in the chat. Hi, Ivan. Welcome to today's stream. Same with you, man. It would be absolutely perfect to have you sometimes here on a stream to talk with you about the charts and so on. It would be a pleasure. And I think we had a live stream with Silver once. I had a live stream for one Czech trader, also a really good friend of mine. And it's absolutely amazing when you do it with, or when you talk about the charts with another like good trader, because then you can compare your ideas, talk about the charts. It's absolutely amazing. And by the way, back to the car, someone is asking, is it a BMW? No, it's Mercedes-Benz. And as I said, there's a bit of a story behind the whole car, because I bought the car already like 2 months ago. I had it for 14 days, but then there was like an engine failure. Yeah, it has 8,000 kilometers mileage, and there was an engine failure. It has to be towed back to the repair center. They were repairing the car for like basically. So nowadays it's still not repaired because they realized that they need to change the whole engine, which would be probably mid-September or maybe actually late September. So I decided I want to give the car back, and I'm gonna pick another one. So today we are picking a basically brand new car. It has 3,000 kilometers on the clock. So it has the same color. It's the same car. It's gonna be a CLA. I can show you the photo of it. I can actually probably find even the exact car that I will have. So I'm a bit excited for that moment. Even though I had the car already, I know how it feels. I really miss it. You know, I was working hard for this car, and I've been dreaming about the car literally for last, maybe like three and a half years. Basically the day it came out, I remember the day it came out, I saw some pictures on Facebook, like the official Mercedes-Benz Facebook, and I was just like, oh my god, I want this car. This looks so good. So I was dreaming about this thing for such a long time. Then it finally happened. I bought the car and I had it literally for 14 days. The point is that I had the car for 4 days and it broke down for the first time. And then after something like this happens, you don't kind of want to use the car anymore because you know that there's some problem with it. So I didn't even enjoy the car. So the plan for the summer is to do some like road trips a bit, to enjoy the car. Finally, this is how it looks. Give me some feedback about the color. I was a bit skeptical about it, but when I had it, it was amazing. I also really like the wing here. Gives it like an aggressive look. And yeah, that's it. The point is, I don't want to be flexing with it here. It's just that I think you should. This was one of these things that were really pushing me hard, or pushing me to work hard, and it's really good sometimes to just enjoy life a little bit and buy things you've always wanted, even though it's pretty like dumb investment. I know that it pushes me to work harder on new projects and so on. Yes, Ivan is a sniper pips, CV sniper pips. Hopefully we can get him to Prague. It would be amazing to spend some time here with it. We can potentially do some meetup in the future, just like a trading meetup. This is what we are planning in the end to do here at Billions Club, to connect the great traders together and basically create like a ultimate community with good traders, with funny traders that know what they are doing. Because nowadays, it's pretty easy when you are starting out to find communities where it's full of like new buys and people that keep losing, but it's very hard to find a place where you can meet like other good traders or other profitable traders. So the idea is, if you can create like some place where profitable traders can meet, can talk about all the things that are needed in trading and so on, it would be absolutely perfect. Basically, that's the whole idea that we have here at Billions Club. And one of the things how we can see if you are good or not is you will prove us your skill set by using the Billions Club challenge. So it would be amazing to do some meetup. Alright, so how I view Euro right now, I don't see any potential of a trade. It's really in like no man's zone. It's either gonna retrace and we can potentially try to catch a short out of here, or it's going to this block down there. BDC, bit tricky to trade BDC, I would say right now. Once again, it's playing basically ping pong between these two levels. EU, like I said, gold. I wasn't charting gold, and you probably know the reason. I'm not trading gold for the next like 10 days, as I said. I lost lots of money as well I think everyone lost when we are starting out. And what I'm saying all the time is that if you want to be a good trader and if you want to be profitable trader and become it quickly or in a short period of time, I think try to lose as small amount as possible when you are starting out, because it's almost, I can almost guarantee you, it's a 99.9% chance you're going to lose within your first 6 to 12 months in trading. So if you can minimize your losses, then it's obviously much easier to get into profits. But if you lose, 200k when you are starting out, then it's going to take you a really long time to get back to break even. It really depends on your capital, but I heard a lot of stories where people lose everything when they are starting out, and then they are going for a funded account, and then they make 20k, but they are not happy making 20k because they lost 200 when they were starting out, and it's just like, it's not a motivation for you to make 20k because like you are down only 180, but you are still down 180, if you know what I mean. So try to lose a small amount as possible when you are starting out. Yeah, and if I don't pass challenge, when can I try next time? You can try it next time immediately, but basically you just need to sign up for a new challenge. So that's it. That's basically it. Alrighty guys, I think I'm gonna collapse today's stream. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about today's stream. It was absolutely amazing to talk with you. I really like when we can talk, do some Q&A. My mission is to get silver and CV sniper pips at least on a stream. It would be amazing to talk with these guys. And yes, all right, that's it for today. No trade, unfortunately, but there is really no trade potential or no trade setup. Maybe it's going to be different next Tuesday, so the next stream is going to be next Tuesday. Let's see how it goes. Alrighty, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will keep you updated inside our group. And if you will have any problem, don't forget to either contact our customer service or you can contact me about some strategies, about some trading styles. Doesn't really matter. You can DM me. I'm not telling you that I will answer immediately, but I will answer eventually. Alright, thank you and see you next time.